Hi, my name is Blair, and in this video we're going to upgrade an Umbraco 8 website, niequestions.com, and pay particular attention to the config changes. The agenda for this tutorial then is we're going to do an upgrade of niequestions.com from Umbraco version 8.15 to 8.54. So this is going to be the same upgrade as johnblair.azurewebsites.net, with the exception during this upgrade we're going to accept all the config changes suggested. In the previous upgrade I said no to all config changes. I want to find out if that was a good or a bad decision. So we'll review the config changes and then accept or reject each file based on the review analysis, and then we'll complete the upgrade of niequestions.com on Azure via DevOps. Okay, on niequestions.com, if we take a look at the environment on Azure that's currently being used, it uses Umbraco CMS version 8.15, so we're going to upgrade that to 8.54, the same as my personal website. If we take a look at the DevOps setup, then it's similar to my personal website in that we've got continuous integration deployment set up from GitHub, but deployment just goes straight to a live site, so that there is no test site with this website. And if we take a look at the Visual Studio solution for the website, we can see it's quite similar to my personal website, and we're going to be doing the same upgrade as we did on personal website, but we're going to accept the config file changes and investigate what changes are included. Okay, the first config file that we asked to overwrite is the media web config. I've actually got caching set up for media files, so that's probably what's triggered this, but we'll accept the change and review what's been changed later. Okay, the next one, global ASAX. I use that for a global error handler, so it's unlikely I'll want to take this change, but we'll take it anyway and just review just to see what's happening there. Umbraco settings. Okay, let's just take the change and we'll review it later. Client dependency. I know I update the version number for each release build in there just to clear the cache for any new visitors to an upgraded version. We'll take that. Okay, at the end of that upgrade, there's one warning appeared about the client dependency element not declared. I'm not sure if I already have that one in the project or not, but I can see that the version number has been reset. So I'll investigate this further after we complete the upgrade of all the other projects. Okay, we'll now upgrade all the individual projects to 854. Okay, we've upgraded all the projects and rebuilt the solution, so you can see that 9 built okay, none failed, none skipped. Now analyse the config changes. Okay, we're starting to do a review of the config changes. The first one, client dependency.config. As expected, the version number has changed. The next change is concept file processor. I've already taken a look at this, and the only thing that's changed is there was odd carriage return line feeds in the original version. They've been replaced and show up as proper line feeds in Visual Studio, so that looks fine. Same thing with XML file map, so I think we'll accept that change. Okay, the next config we'll take a look at is the Umbraco settings. There are a few changes in here. The first one is the 404 error page. I have a custom error page from content that I show, which is EC error page, node name 404. I've got other pages with the other types of HTTP errors, so I want to retain what's in my file. The next one is the preview badge. It's changed. I don't actually use preview a lot. I'm not going to bother with this one at the moment, as it's just a badge presentation. I'm quite happy with what's currently shown, so won't worry about that. If I find there's new features in the preview badge, I'll come back and just pull that section in. Next item of change is the keep user logged in the back office. I find it annoying to be logged out all the time, so I just keep myself logged in. So I've changed that set to true from the default. There's a weird character difference there. And then the web routing. I've changed my own version. Disable redirect URL tracking. I find, basically I don't want redirects from move pages cluttering up content in the back office, so I switched that off. So having reviewed this, I am going to roll back the Umbraco settings config change and just keep my original one. Okay, the next config that got overrun was the media web config, and I noticed that it's now binned my static content client cache policy, so I'm going to roll back this change as well, as I like the browsers to cache my media files for a time. Okay, and the final one that we're going to take a look at is the global ASAX. In my global ASX, I have my own customized handler for global errors, so that any error on the website happens, it's picked up by this global handler and emailed to the support department. So I'm going to roll this change back as well. Okay, that completes the review of the config files. So that was media web config, Umbraco settings.config, the global ASAX, and the client dependency config. The only one I'm taking is the client dependency config, and that's only formatting, and it resets the version number used. The one thing I'm possibly missing out on in Umbraco settings is a new preview badge, but I'm not too concerned about that. So I think on my personal website, the decision to not take any of the config changes looks like that was reasonable in this case, although I think the policy is to accept the changes, review them, and roll back those that you find you don't need. So with just the client dependency config taken, we'll now proceed with the release. Okay, as expected, we're prompted to log into the back end to authorize the upgrade. Okay, that's the database upgrade underway. Okay, the upgrade, the database complete, and we're now able to hit the local site, and that now looks fine. So I think we can carry on and save the changes in GitHub and push it through to live Azure site. Okay, we're committing the changes now into GitHub to trigger DevOps. Okay, so we've triggered DevOps for the upgrade of Umbraco. Okay, it's built okay. It's now publishing artifacts which are the website files, and that essentially completes the build. So now this should trigger our release. So we'll carry on from there. So we can see that it's in progress. That's quite quick. So it's now updating the Azure web app. Okay, that's the release to questions.com completed. So we'll now check if the site is operational. Okay, try to access the site, and we get the usual authorise the upgrade prompt, so 815 to 854, we'll continue with that. Okay, database update's completed, and we re-hit the live site and we can see that the version has been upgraded to 854 and the home page looks fine. And if we select questions, all looks okay. And we're good to go. Okay, in summary, we were prompted to change 4 config files. We rejected 3 of those, accepted 1 just for the format changes. On the media web config, we wanted to keep our media cache policy. In the Umbraco settings config, we wanted to keep the 404 page, and we want to keep the backend user logged in and disable redirect URL tracking. There was a preview badge update that we skipped over, so we lose that. The global ASAX, that was rejected as I have a custom global error handler that's used to email support with any issues. Client dependency config, there were just formatting changes, and it changed the version number of the client dependency release. The formatting looked better, so I'll accept that. But on my personal website, I rejected everything, and it looks like that was a reasonable thing to do in this case. But I think the lesson learned is accept all the config changes, review them in Visual Studio, and then accept or reject on an individual basis once you know exactly what it is you're accepting or rejecting.